Step into an Amish garden and you'll feel something different. It's not just the picture-perfect rows of vegetables or the quiet hum of bees weaving through herbs. There's a kind of magic in the soil, an invisible richness that grows food bigger, faster, and healthier than most chemical-laced plots ever could. But it's not magic, it's forgotten wisdom. And today, you're going to rediscover it. For over 200 years, Amish communities have thrived without synthetic fertilizers, pesticides, or commercial soil mixes. How? By passing down a series of time-tested, almost spiritual gardening methods that have been quietly building powerful soil ecosystems behind the scenes. These aren't quick hacks or miracle products, they're slow, grounded systems rooted in harmony with nature. And now, they're resurfacing. Whether you're a backyard grower or someone managing raised beds in a suburban lot, these 12 lost secrets can make your gardening easier, more productive, and far more fulfilling. Let's begin with one of the most misunderstood yet potent techniques that lies at the heart of Amish success. The biggest difference starts below the surface. Amish gardens rely heavily on living soil. That means no tilling, no chemical disruption. Instead, everything is built on a closed-loop system where nothing goes to waste and the microbes run the show. One of the foundational techniques is deep compost trenching. Unlike surface composting, where organic matter breaks down on top, this method involves digging long, shallow trenches in the planting rows and burying kitchen scraps, manure, leaves, or green waste directly where plants will grow. This doesn't just feed the plants, it builds microbial highways that allow roots to access nutrition on demand. Combined with cover cropping and crop rotation, this ensures that the soil is always working even when it looks dormant. Instead of fighting nature, the Amish mimic forest floor dynamics, decaying matter, living roots, and an undisturbed micro-world. In most modern gardens, tillers rip through soil life every spring, but in an Amish garden, life just keeps stacking. Why does this work so well? Because it turns your garden into a biological factory. When you bury compostables in trenches, you're not just feeding the topsoil, you're activating the subsoil. Fungi like mycorrhizae colonize plant roots and extend far deeper, pulling in phosphorus and water that roots alone could never reach. These fungal networks thrive in undisturbed systems. The no-till, trench-composted, cover-cropped bed becomes a living sponge, packed with carbon, humus, and microbial life. The result? Plants don't just survive, they explode with growth. You'll notice thicker stalks, deeper greens, more blossoms, and tastier produce. Studies confirm that compost applied in this way increases microbial biomass, nitrogen retention, and disease resistance. It actually mimics the way forests feed themselves, layer by layer with every organism playing a role. The Amish didn't need soil tests to know this, they simply observed, for generations. You don't need a horse and buggy or 10 acres to try this. Here's how to apply deep compost trenching and other Amish secrets in your garden. Start by identifying your planting rows or areas for future beds. Dig shallow trenches 8 to 10 inches deep. Into these trenches, layer your green waste banana peels, cabbage leaves, grass clippings, chicken manure, even torn-up newspaper. Avoid meat or dairy. Cover this with 3 to 4 inches of soil and let it sit for 2 weeks before planting. While the organic matter breaks down, cover crop the other rows. Use buckwheat in summer, rye or clover in fall. These crops fix nitrogen, suppress weeds, and send roots deep into the soil. Before planting season, cut them at the base and let them decompose in place. Then rotate crops, tomatoes where beans were, greens where squash thrived. You'll need no special tools. A spade, a wheelbarrow, and a steady rhythm are enough. Don't dig too deep, don't overwork the soil. Just keep layering and letting the earth do its job. This is lazy gardening, the Amish way, and it works. Lost secret number 1: wood ash and bone meal. Long before store-bought fertilizers, the Amish relied on wood ash and crushed bone to enrich their soil. Wood ash adds potassium and raises pH in acidic beds. Bone meal adds phosphorus slowly over time. Together they support root crops, flowering, and fruiting. scatter small amounts in your compost trench or work them into the soil when planting bulbs. Lost secret number 2, clay jar irrigation, also known as olas. So here's the thing, buried clay pots filled with water, called olas, slowly seep moisture into the soil around them. The Amish had this clever idea of burying unglazed clay jars near their thirstiest crops. The beauty of this method is that the porous clay releases water only when the surrounding soil dries out, saving water and preventing overwatering. Pretty smart, right? Moving on to lost secret number 3. Plant guilds. Instead of planting in isolation, Amish gardeners use companion groupings known as guilds. For example, corn with beans and squash or basil with tomatoes. These combinations provide structural support, pest control, and shared nutrients. It's not just about cramming plants together, it's really about building communities both underground and above. Fascinating, isn't it? And now lost secret number 4, fermented weed tea. Weeds, believe it or not, are turned into a liquid fertilizer. Dandelions, thistles, comfrey, all soaked in rainwater for 2 weeks until they ferment. The resulting tea is rich in micronutrients and beneficial bacteria. Just a cup per plant every 2 weeks recharges soil life and boosts immunity. It's like giving your garden a healthy, natural boost. Amazing, isn't it? Lost secret number 5, raw milk soil soaks. So, raw cow milk diluted 1 to 10 with water is occasionally used to drench garden beds. The lactic acid bacteria in the milk really promote microbial activity, while calcium supports cell structure. This isn't a regular input but more of a seasonal tonic used before planting heavy feeders like squash or melons. Lost secret number 6, no shoes in the garden. Now this may sound a bit strange, but many Amish gardeners actually remove their footwear in garden beds. Why? Well, barefoot gardening is kind of a sensory feedback loop. You notice compaction, dryness, or imbalance a lot faster. Plus, it helps prevent soil from being compacted by heavy boots, especially when the ground is wet. Lost secret number 7, morning harvests and moon planting. Amish farmers often harvest in the early morning, when plants are still hydrated from the night's dew. But they also align some planting schedules with moon phases, planting leafy greens during waxing moons and roots during waning moons. Whether it's myth or method, they truly believe it helps seed vitality. Lost secret number 8, shallow mulch stacking. Instead of burying mulch deeply, the Amish stack thin layers throughout the season. They start with hay or leaf litter, then add grass clippings, and finally, aged manure. These layers never smother the soil but constantly feed it from the top, just like the forest floor. Lost secret number 9, worm bed corridors. Worms are essential, and some Amish dig small trench corridors between rows, filling them with manure, newspaper, or rotting produce. Worms are drawn in, they feed, multiply, and migrate into nearby root zones. These live compost tubes work silently all season long. Lost secret number 10, vertical vine fencing. Using simple woven fences or arched branches, vines like beans or cucumbers are grown vertically to save space and improve air circulation. These DIY structures are made from salvaged wood or twine, letting the plants climb without stressing the soil space. Lost secret number 11, quiet observation time. Each day, Amish gardeners walk through their gardens slowly without tools. They listen, watch, observe subtle signs of stress, pest movement, or moisture imbalance. This kind of awareness honestly leads to better prevention and less intervention. Lost secret number 12, soil forgiveness principle. The final secret is a mindset. Soil can recover. Amish farmers never panic over a failed crop or a poor patch. They just return to basics, feed the soil, cover the ground, rest the land, and try again. It's not just gardening, it's trust in the living system beneath their feet. These aren't just techniques. They really reflect a philosophy that sees gardening as stewardship. The Amish don't dominate their land, they partner with it. They don't rush results, they cultivate rhythms, and in doing so, they grow more than food. They grow resilience, patience, and peace. Modern gardening has become too fast, too loud, and honestly, too dependent on inputs. The Amish way is slower, but stronger. And anyone can begin today. Try one of these secrets in your next planting cycle. Maybe it's the compost trench, maybe it's barefoot gardening, maybe it's simply paying more attention to your soil. But once you begin, you'll start to see it. The soil waking up, the plants responding, the garden breathing easier. If this guide helped you, pass it along. Share it with someone who's just starting out or someone who's lost their garden spark. And don't forget to subscribe to Hydrohaven for more regenerative, lazy genius, soil-loving wisdom. Your garden's best years are still ahead.